Do speeding tickets affect insurance? This is arguably the most common question that myself or any of my staff addressed on an almost daily basis. And I think when I hear that, I can't help but think most of my clients or our clients that approach us are very worried about their insurance rates. And for good reasons. They're quite high, very expensive. It's a big part of of getting through your day. You know these are expensive rates. You don't want them to get worse. And if you do get a ticket, you know that may be in jeopardy. So the answer to that question before they call is they know it's a yes. And I can confirm that speeding tickets can affect your insurance rate to varying degrees. There are a number of factors that change how much that may hurt your insurance rate. In some cases, there's an element of subjectivity to this, meaning that you could have a G2 driver, which means you're on a graduated license, you're new, limited privileges. And in that sort of a situation, you could have a 17-year-old on a G2 license, and if they had a minor speeding ticket and they've said, well, I've got a 15 over or 20 over, which is either a 0-point offense or a 3-point offense, am I going to be okay? And the answer truly is, when you're under a G2 license and you receive a speeding ticket, you're not going to be okay. The answer is going to be, well, how much will my insurance rate go up? So for most people that have the standard license, which is a G-class license in Ontario, which simply means general license, a minor speeding ticket, one, is not going to have much of an impact on that type of a license. We're assuming things. That particular client is, driving the standard 20 to 24,000 kilometers in a year, and there's nothing else on their record. And one minor ticket like that, they're going to be fine, and they probably will not need our help. However, you could, using this as an example that I've had at one point in time, we had a G driver, and this driver accumulated tickets. And they were all, arguably, each of them, very minor. So many of them were 0-point offenses, and the other ones were quite low. They were 3-point offenses, which we consider to be minor. The sheer volume or quantum of those tickets put that particular driver into a high-risk category, which effectively tripled their insurance rate. So the amount of speeding tickets was the problem, not the quantum. Okay, so the answer is when you have a speeding ticket is certainly something you want to investigate. I would recommend calling OTD Legal and getting that free consultation and make sure that you're going to be okay, or at least know exactly what the impact may be on your insurance record. I talked earlier about G2 drivers. We refer to them as novice drivers. So those are drivers that are just starting out and they're going to have either a G1 or a G2, also commonly referred to as graduated licenses. Those particular licenses are particularly vulnerable to really any speeding ticket. That problem is compounded when they're in what I call a vulnerable demographic. So drivers, male or female, under the age of 25, on a novice driver's license, G1, G2, are particularly vulnerable to pretty much any offense on their record.